This is the Telemetry Transportation Daily from May 7th, 2025, and I'm Sam Abu-Al-Samad, VP of Market Research for Telemetry. Here at Telemetry, we've been projecting significant price increases in the cost of new vehicles for American car buyers if the Trump administration moved forward with its hefty tariff proposals. Given that dealers typically have 2 or more months of inventory, it was never going to lead to immediate price increases, and the on and off policy changes from the president caused further delays. However, now that the tariffs on imported vehicles and parts are in full effect, the impacts are starting to be felt. In the past week, General Motors and Ford reported their first quarter financial results and provided the first indications of the impact of the tariffs. GM reported that it expects a hit of $4 to $5 billion in 2025 from the tariffs, while Ford is projecting $1.5 billion. Stellantis and other automakers haven't yet announced earnings and projected their impacts. Regardless of where vehicles are assembled, virtually every vehicle includes some degree of imported parts or materials that are now subject to tariffs. For example, the Ford F-150 is produced at plants in Michigan and Missouri, but it only has 66% of its content from the U.S. and Canada, with the rest being subject to potential tariff impacts. While Volkswagen had previously indicated it would add a tariff surcharge to imported vehicles, it has since backed off that approach. When tariffs were first announced in March, several automakers, including Ford, Stellantis, and Hyundai, indicated that they wouldn't raise prices until at least June as they worked through the existing inventory. However, now that the tariffs are in force, Ford seems to be one of the first automakers to raise prices, with the Mexico-assembled Mach-E, Bronco Sport, and Maverick all due to see price increases of up to $2,000 on units built after May 2nd. Consumers won't see the price increase until later in June, as the vehicles built since last week are transported to dealers and current stock is sold off. This is almost certainly just the beginning, with GM and Stellantis likely to raise prices soon, as well, with both companies producing significant numbers of vehicles in Mexico and Canada. Some of that production is already being shifted based on capacity availability, with GM cutting a shift of truck production in Ontario amounting to 48,000 units and adding 50,000 units of production at its Fort Wayne, Indiana factory. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back tomorrow.